Good morning, this is Ann Rossley with Baird & Warner with today's edition of Ask Ann. I'm here today with Kyle Harvey from the Gold Coast office. We're together in a masterminds group where we talk best practices. Today we're going to talk to you about preparing your home for sale and how you can put your best foot forward.
I'm going to put on my mic.
Microphones are always a good thing so you can hear our good advice.
Excellent.
Kyle, when you're getting your home ready for sale or telling your sellers how to get their homes ready for sale, what's the best advice that you can give them?
The best advice I can give them is really to declutter your home. The things people don't realize is how much stuff they've acquired over time, and it just detracts from the look of the house, and it makes the buyers actually sort of focus on, golly, this place doesn't seem very big, or how would my stuff look in here? So I really spend time initially with people asking them to declutter as much as possible. How about you?
I've actually had the experience where buyers will come into a home, see photographs of the couple's wedding, and beeline immediately to the photograph instead of picturing themselves in the property. I think that's terrific advice. What else would you recommend?
I've had a lot of pushback on this piece of advice, but I think it actually really helps, is think very carefully about investing some money in painting. Because the freshness of the color of a room, even if it's painted quite neutral, also the new paint smell sends something to the buyers that says this house is ready for it, or this apartment is ready for me to move into.
Very similar to like the new car smell. That fresh paint gives you that feeling. And if they can't afford to paint, certainly you do advise them to clean, right? Deep clean.
Deep clean.
Like with the Q-tip kind of clean, because that is critical to getting the home sold. And of course, we all agree, smell. You don't want your smells to be obvious to the person walking in the home.
And there's nothing, we as brokers open the windows before we do a showing. Sometimes we light a candle, but having to light a candle says,
I'm masking something, I'm hiding something. Absolutely, you just want clean.
Clean, and I refer to it as sort of the crime scene clean. After a crime scene, when somebody comes through and does that kind of deep clean.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. Another thing, which not everybody...
Oh, excuse me, somebody loves me. Oh, I'm going to turn that off. Let's keep chatting. Sorry, everyone.
No, not a problem. I probably should turn off mine. And let's go back to what really declutter means, because really, again, it's declutter. I gave that advice to one of my very early sellers, and she took that advice so literally. It was fantastic. She got rid of half of her stuff. I don't mean threw it out. I meant packed it up, got it ready for the move to the next place. And so her closets all seemed like there were things in it that she hadn't just gotten rid of things, but they seemed spacious. And this was a vintage property. The kitchen she didn't declutter as much as I would have done, but everywhere else the place just looked fantastic because it didn't seem like it was overcrowded with stuff. And so, and interestingly, because we sold that condo in about 3 days, and it was a better market, but we sold it very quickly. Everyone commented on how beautiful the rooms were, how well laid out, how much space. And then, of course, they all wanted her belongings because they could actually see things. There wasn't just piles of stuff on top.
Absolutely right. The way we sell a home is not the way we live in a home, and that's the important thing for people getting their homes ready to sell to think about. That this isn't a long-term process. You need to start mentally moving out yourselves so the people coming in your home can mentally move it.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts on yours? What other deeper secrets do you have for sellers?
Well, we've talked about the inside. I think the other thing too is as you walk in the door, you want them to feel welcome, and that comes from the front door, from the curb, from the plantings on the exterior. And this can be a challenge if you're in a condominium where you have common areas that you may not have total control over. It's a chance for you to get together with your neighbors and clean up the hallway, the staircase, the front door, get it ready to welcome everybody into the building.
Complete agreement. And for those people selling houses, here we are in the fall. This is a fall episode. Rake the leaves.
Sweep your sidewalk, make it sparkle. Which gets to cleaning the windows too. When you're thinking of cleaning, make sure those windows sparkle.
Yes, and if it's at that time of year, you can remove the screens because sometimes screens get really dingy.
Good.
But just really think about if you were really trying to impress somebody, the things that you might do around your home.
Another way to look at it might be, think of the loveliest hotel that you have visited. Try to make your home feel like you're walking into that kind of environment. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think those are the most simple things for a seller to think about before we even get to pictures, before we put it on the market. If a seller can do that, it also tells me that the seller is ready to sell. That this is somebody who's willing to take the steps necessary to get them locked and loaded for a positive selling process.
Absolutely. And here's my last piece of advice. If this feels daunting to you, if you're not sure how to go forward, if you're not sure if you're in a place that it's far enough, clean and ready, then reach out to us, because we can make it simple for you. We can give you good advice. We can give you resources to get your home ready to sell.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for being with us. Kyle Harvey and Rossley here. Happy selling.